20s is really about optimizing for experience and getting exposed to a bunch of stuff. The reality is, from a scientific standpoint, your brain's not going to stop growing until you're 25. You've never really done much except maybe go to college or go to trade school or whatever you've done. Like I think we do a huge disservice to people graduating college and expect them kind of to pick the rest of their life at that point. And you could see that in like how many miserable 55-year-old lawyers, like they hate their job because they wish they had chose something else, but now they're addicted to the paycheck, 30 years later, and they can't get paid for anything else. So, in your 20s, which I reflected, I didn't realize I did this. Like I went out and got exposed to like 15 different careers, like all this different stuff, everything from working at a government contractor to starting a business to working in marketing, engineering, working in a big company, working in a small company. Like by the time I kind of sunsetted towards the later part of my 20s, like I had seen a lot of stuff and I could check off like, okay, which of these things made me happy and which of these things didn't make me happy. And the mistake I kind of see people do is they box themselves into a lifestyle in their 20s where they think they want to be an entrepreneur, but they're chasing the dollars rather than chasing the experience, right? And how do you get exposed to a lot of stuff, try a bunch of different things, go say yes to a bunch of different things in your 20s is the key thing I would do, as opposed to like, how do I get like $110,000 a year salary as opposed to a $95,000 a year salary? Like I see people making that kind of mistake all the time when they should be thinking about how do I optimize for experience rather than how do I optimize for getting another $1,000 a month right now.
Super well said. I think the last question, at least that I personally want to go and wrap up on, and we can get into anything else that Gio might have, is it's just been pretty apparent in the last couple of months that like just from following you and like reading some of the stuff that you're talking about that like you've definitely grown your audience quite a bit on Twitter. And like it seems like maybe at least from my perspective, you've taken that kind of like element of your professional career a lot more seriously, like creating content, growing all of that. What have been some of the best parts in doing that? And what have been some of maybe the worst parts that you maybe didn't foresee when starting off and creating all that content?
Yeah, it's a super, super cool question. Well, I mean, I do it because I'm playing the long game on Twitter. Like I've just realized and seen it that the more I give in terms of content to the universe and help people be better, either through agreeing with me or thinking more about what they're doing and disagreeing with me, like the more the universe pays me back. So that's why I'm like, okay, this is my approach to it. Like, I'm not going to try to directly sell anything to anybody. Like, I'm just going to give this stuff away and then understand that 2 marshmallow idea, like it's all going to come back to me in the future. I think the most disappointing thing, and this is just being totally honest with you, like the number of times that I have written something that I'm like, this is so good. Everyone's going to love this. This is 10,000 likes, definitely 10,000 likes. And then it's like 100 likes. And it's just like, and I know that's wrong to be driven by like the like count, but like the low self-esteem part of me is just like, oh, nobody liked what I wrote. Like, how dare I? So, I mean, I've had some high highs where it's like, honey, look at this thread I wrote. Like, can you believe I'm getting not paid for all of these people to read it? Like, look at the, it's going viral in Nigeria. Like those high moments are so good from the dopamine hit thing. But like, I'm ashamed to admit the low lows of like, oh, I can't believe I revised this 8 times. And nobody likes it. So I would say that's kind of the most disappointing thing.